My entire life has led up to this moment. Oh, wow. Stock photography needs to be diverse. We need to have lots of variety. Guys, I've been talking to corporate and HR. They see no reason to hire photographers to go out in the field and take ethnically and culturally diverse photos when we can just take what we already have and hire a guy in Photoshop using the new regenerative AI tool. And I think I found just the guy. All right, I'm here, lots of years of experience, ready to make this work for my corporate overlords. Let's jump right into Photoshop and get to work. I have this lovely photo that was actually taken of a real Latina on location. For this particular project, I think we need let's see what, whoa! It's a creative interpretation, I think. I don't think corporate's gonna want this. I don't even know if YouTube will allow me to show this. I don't really understand, like 25% of what I put into here, even if it's totally benign, the AI, which admittedly is in beta, but it keeps telling me like, that's not allowed, it violates content policies. Let's do a little more, let's try this again. We're gonna look at smaller things too, landscapes, different things. Beautiful dark skin model. Let's just do that. There's really no need to go do another session with another model and actually like have to pay someone. Okay, I mean, it's better. It's better than the other one. In this here, I said no glasses. Let's see what we get with no glasses variant. Okay, it looks kind of human. We're getting better now from that first one. I don't quite know what happened. I'm gonna need like workers' comp for the nightmares from that first AI generated image. Can you talk to HR about that? Totally, bro, we'll take care of that. Okay, let's be real for just a second. I've been in photography for over 20 years now, and this AI stuff is coming. Sometimes the results really are horror incarnate. Understand, I'm not here to actually beat up on Adobe. This is in beta. It is a pretty powerful tool, and you're gonna see that it actually works way better on objects and scenes than it does on people. Let's look at just a few that I've done of just like photos of models and sessions and landscapes and see the prompts that I put in. Here I said add black hair, not that there was anything wrong with my model's hair, and I selected the hair and put this in. It actually looks good. I mean, I'd rather the original model, but okay, this is good. What do we have here? Here's her original outfit, and I said put a jean jacket on, and it did this kind of mishmash of a jean jacket and a bikini that was in the color of her original top. I don't even know what to make of. If I actually change the prompt and tell it to generate a bikini, it says this violates user guidelines. This seems like a problem that I've seen across AI. I get that they don't want to be liable. A lot of this is new technology. They don't want people making horrible things and then putting AI's name to it. At the same time, you cannot be creative if the corporation is controlling the elements you use in your image. I was watching videos from some phenomenal YouTubers, and they're all like, look how amazing this is, but they're showing you when it works. Now, we're gonna do some real ones, but I'm just showing you some of the layers I made so we don't have to wait for it all. I said put big curly hair on. This actually doesn't look bad. It's a little weird up here, but it does look like she has big curly hair. That's cool. Here's what happened when I put nothing. And it kind of made her swimsuit a little more interesting and more illustrative looking. Okay, huge, cute eyes. Honestly, would you want this girl in your ad? Or would you prefer my original? No hat. I removed the hat. This actually isn't bad. Let's turn off the curly hair. So no hat. It made it look like she has a headband instead of a hat and looks pretty good. Bear in mind, the resolution of these is still not that high, okay? It doesn't look bad, but I think it's only doing like 1024 pixel squares. So if you select the whole image, your resolution is gonna be kind of low. If you select a small area, it might fit in well. Here's a photo I took it down in Tamasopo, Mexico. It's a real scene. You can go here and swim in this pool. If we were doing something and we wanted it a little more fake, let's select this, go up here, you're gonna go to edit and generative fill. Okay, it brings up the prompt. You can also see it up here in the properties, but I'm just gonna enter here, cascades. Let's just put cascades, generate cascades. The idea and the difference here of just like a content aware is that it's actually looking at the image and it's gonna make cascades that match, that fit the scene, okay? And it's gonna be different every time with this, all right? And there it goes, fit in rather, it didn't just paste in any old waterfall, right? And then you see up here, it made 3 variations, kind of like when you're using Midjourney or something like that. So I can go here and I can click and see different variations. And honestly, other than the fact that you can tell the resolution's a little low in comparison to my high quality image. So it did do more than just content aware, it did context aware. I took a real world photo and then AI said, we're gonna add more waterfall. Let's go further, and I wanna extend kind of the flowing water. So I'm gonna select this with part of this, and let's go here, flowing water, and generate. Okay, I mean, this is interesting. Let's look at variants. That's a weird. This one's okay. This one kind of looks real. The more detail you expect, the less real that you get. Here's another version of the prompt, and I put more cascades in. Okay, so let's see this. This actually looks, again, pretty good. It kind of extended the water and the grass and the trees. Yes, I'm just turning on some of these layers because I did them before I started the video just to kind of show you guys. Here I put sun flare. So this is sun flare in here, and it put a very blurry bird in. I decided to go kind of fantasy scene since we're getting crazy with the weird flying bird. Anyhow, let's put a horse here, and it put this horse. This one I don't know what's happening with. This one doesn't look too bad. Let's put a fairy sleeping. I did that, and here's the variance it gave me. Okay, this is kind of okay. This looks like a wolf that got crushed. I'm sorry, buddy. AI did this. Kind of looks like somebody actually sleeping. It actually took the context of this little nest thing. This is fun. But then we have to get a little nefarious. So I said hungry demon, and I got this dude. I feel like he should be looking towards the sleeping fairy. I don't know why a bikini is violating guidelines, but I can put this in. That is honestly even more creepy and horrifying. Oh no. Oh no, not. And so now we have this nice kind of mixed fantasy scene that looks completely realistic and somebody would absolutely want to buy. This is a good photo taken in Washington in the Olympics. Wolf. Okay, so let's select it. Wolf. And just let the AI do the rest, all right? Natural wonders, forest, like near where that wolf movie with the vampires was filmed. What's the name of that movie? Okay. I don't even know what's happening here. Why is everything in AI like deformed? Like it's something straight from a horror movie. Like what is even, who is he? Is this his young? Or is this like her? Let's just put a car. Let's put like an old car. Distinctively non-living objects tend to work a lot better. This is like some weird kind of miniature thing. I feel like my old car should be a little bigger based on my selection, but it fits on the road. It's kind of cool. Okay, I like this. Okay, here's like a caravan of cars. It looks like they're from like the 50s or something. There's kind of a doorway here. Doorway to heaven. Let's make this like, again, we're going back to this kind of fantasy thing because I'm trying to wash away the nightmares that some of these other versions gave me. Did put like a doorway in. This is kind of cool. Heavenly City. So bear in mind, I can just make a new selection, right? And without going up to the file menu, and then I can go to the existing prompt because I'm already in that mode. That looks like weird. Okay, that's kind of weird. It's like almost like a Bethlehem kind of scene down there that the car is like driving out of. In illustration, I think this is going to be very powerful, and you have to enter the right prompts. And will this ruin stock photography even more than digital did? Probably so. Now, everything interesting that people see on the internet, they're gonna think, oh, that was just AI generated. So we're gonna need things that we can actually look real and that can be actually validated real. Like to the point where our landscape photos might need to be linked to the real location on the map so you can go look at the street view and see that the photo we took is actually a place that exists. Is that a bad thing? In time, that might create more value for real organic photos taken on actual cameras. We didn't recognize your prompt as English? Let me try that again. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Hitchhiker. Why is there another car? Like their car's broken down? They're trying to get to the city, but their car broke down and they're waiting for another car. I don't know what that is, but I'm thinking this might be. Usually the first one is the best. Let's change this to a space bus stop. Okay, this is kind of fun. It's like a sign telling you where you're going, which kind of makes sense. There's a bench, gold bench. I'm giving you this to kind of wash away some of the other things that you've seen today. You gotta admit, this is kind of a fun scene. We've turned the Olympic National Forest into something kind of cool and weird that's not absolutely horrifying. Okay, let's come back to people and retouching. And here's a cute photo I took of a model in a swimsuit. And there's lots of ways I could enhance this with masks and Photoshop AI. I could use AI masks. And by the way, since this video isn't really about any of my products, if you're enjoying it, please hit a like, a subscribe, and check out my products over at seimeffects.com. But this video is just for fun. I said put jeans on her, okay? So let's make it a little more conservative. I feel like that doesn't really work. It is jeans, but they don't seem all the jeans seem honestly kind of messed. Let's put red shorts, right? Instead of a swimsuit. And the shorts that it put on were even smaller than the swim. I don't even know what that is, but the shorts that it put on were even there. Okay, I mean, this does kind of look like a red swimsuit now. That's kind of interesting. Let's select the subject and let's just do something practical like changing the background. So I'm going to do select a subject, select inverse, and now I'm going to go to Generative Fill, city background. Selecting small objects definitely seems to work the best. Selecting entire people and saying put a new person in, it's a disaster. This isn't that bad. What I notice is that it takes context of the light and the surroundings and it tends to match things pretty good, right? For the most part, our model feels like she fits here, which is pretty good. That's like blurry, it doesn't quite make sense, it looks pasted in, but this kind of looks like our model could have been there. I've selected the skirt and legs. Let's do a generative fill and let's put jeans. I'm just going to put one word, jeans. We have a little bit of Frankenstein scenario going on here. Obviously the resolution is still a little low, but it did take the model and put jeans on. Let's look at variations. That one's a little crazy. I mean, our first one I think looks best. Illustrative looking, but it looks like a model wearing jeans. What I do like is it takes context of the pose, the hips. It changed the hands because AI is terrible at hands. It took the hands and it likes to take the hands and put it in the pockets because AI can't make good hands. This is beta. This is going to be totally usable for real things. In this one here, I said change to a swimsuit and it gave me this. I think if you're a fashion person, this probably is genuinely horrifying. But it did kind of do it. Here's something practical. I took this of the Volkswagen that clearly kind of has this blown out sky. And I said, put a beautiful sky in, and it did this. It kind of extended the houses. It put not a beautiful sky, but a contextual sky. What happens if you make a canvas, select the entire canvas, and then enter a prompt and just have it build something with Scratch? Not from a photo. At that point, it's like Midjourney or something like that. Well, I put a razor tooth cartoon pig in. Okay. That's terrifying. I did a lot of variants of pigs and like 3 little pigs. Okay, this guy's okay. These guys genuinely, I mean, I guess if I'm looking for cartoon nighttime horror pigs, then yes, we've succeeded. Wash away everything you've seen today. All the videos were like, oh, look how amazing this is. I can change people's clothes. I can change a skirt to jeans. I can put a suit on this guy. It works some of the time. It's doing things we've never been able to do with content aware fill. I have workshops on my site for how to master things like cloning and manually doing all this stuff. This AI tools is doing things we could never touch on before without manual illustration. That's absolutely going to affect our world as photographers, and we need to be real about that. It's also going to put more and more value in less fakery, painting things in, cloning things in, because everybody knows now they're going to be able to do it on their cell phone and make these grandiose scenes from AI. So I think real photos, organic photos of real people in real places are going to have more value. In my landscapes, for example, this is a real place and I took a good photo in a real place and I'm proud of that. Sure, I can add more waterfalls to it, but why? I'm so tired of fakery. This generative AI in general, in particular, the new Photoshop beta, you can go into your Creative Cloud and download it. The future is here. The future's here, guys. This is the future. Do you like the future? Do you not like the future? As great as it is that we can capture everything in this world, has the world gotten any better since 30 years ago before all of these things were available? Are all these tools and AI and digital electronics and computers, are they making the world a better place? Sometimes I genuinely ask myself that and wonder if the world will be better in a universe where we were still shooting our film cameras. Being that this is the universe that we're in, I try to love my neighbor and other people and create beautiful things, and there's lots of ways to do that. I think it's important that we be honest about whether what we're creating is real. If we're creating photos from scratch, they're not even photos. At what point does a photo we take and do all kinds of AI stuff to it, not become a photo either. It just becomes an illustration. The horrors of Photoshop regenerative AI will ease with time. All right, you guys, peace. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Cut! Regenerative AI poster from this to put cameras in my hand and a golden crown on my head. King cameras. My entire life has led up to this moment. Oh, wow.